Peace, family. Chauncey, aka you Karima, GMOGmedia. Right back here again with another GMOGmedia spotlight. All right, so again, we are seeing countless stories of black people being mistreated by law enforcement officers, aka suspected race soldiers or suspected white supremacists. Um, Hitting the mainstream media again, as you probably are aware, there was this graduation in a town in Mississippi called Sanatobia. Um, and as soon as I heard about that story, I'm like, well, they probably have Jim Crow segregation laws still enforced and on the books somewhere that are being practiced. Probably sundown towns in that area as well. But anyway, um, so there was a graduation at a school, and black parents were there as attendants to cheer and encourage their child for accomplishing a major feat in their lives. Graduating, and that's powerful. That's a major accomplishment. Um, the school superintendent wanted to enforce a rule that there is no cheering once your child um, once the child's name is called and is walking across the stage. No one cheers, and you know a black parent, when they hear that, even myself, more than likely would not abide by those rules. I would definitely be very cheerful and shouting out and doing what I can to show my excitement for my child for accomplishing a major feat in their lives. So that rule right there was extremely suspect. That takes you back to the Jim Crow era where you're not allowed to do anything in the eyes of a white supremacist, especially like that. So the superintendent wanted to enforce that particular rule, and obviously the black parents, they could not hold their excitement, and they basically cheered their child's name, and just showed extreme joy and they expressed their happiness for their child accomplishing a major feat in their lives. So as soon as they did that, the superintendent said, "You know what? I'm gonna make sure that you black people don't do this again. I'm gonna make an example of you guys. I'm gonna press charges." That was totally unheard of. I'm gonna press charges and make sure that no black person is ever gonna do this again. And that person did. The superintendent, um, whose name escapes me, I believe his name is Foster. Yeah, Jay Foster. Um, Wanted to press charges originally, and come to find out, this article I'm reading right now says the charges were dropped. So I'm not too sure about that. According to this article that I have, which is the link is in my description, um, the charges are dropped. So we'll see what happens. But again, doing something like that is very unheard of. It's very extreme, and it's very that particular rule for black people. Um, it takes you back to the Jim Crow era. It really does. That's just outlandish, very outlandish. So again, you got to commend your child for graduating. That's a major accomplishment in their lives. But unfortunately, when they look back on their graduation, this is what they're going to be talking about. Mommy, do you remember cheering for me? And then the suspected white supremacist was telling you couldn't cheer, and then you got charges brought upon you because you were cheering for me. You were acting like a criminal, but you weren't. I mean, that's just psychologically, that's going to be on that child's and the parents as well. That's going to be on that child's psyche forever because of this suspected white supremacist school superintendent that enforced this particular rule, this over the top rule for no reason. So you got to look at this from a psychological standpoint. This is damaging, very damaging. So I mean, you can put all the charges you want on this dumb rule, but psychologically, you damage these people for a long, long time. They're gonna look back on this, and this is what's gonna pop up in their heads: is this incident that you enforced on them? And that's sad. So again, this is like I said, I keep saying this is a perpetual loop of black people being mistreated by suspected white supremacists, suspected race soldiers, and it's going to continue to happen until we have some sort of system in place that produces justice. And we have to strategically work together to accomplish that. We really do. So, like I said, I'm waiting for the next incident to happen and see, what's going to happen next. So that's where we're at right now. All right, family. That's all I got for now. Make sure you subscribe once again, like, share this video. All right, family. Stay tuned for next upcoming videos for GMOGMedia TV Spotlight. All right, family. Chauncey, a.k.a. Karima, GMOGmedia, signing out. Peace.